What's up, guys? It's Ben with 2020 election predictions, and today I'm going to show you what bets I'm going to make it on PredictIt. So right now, I'm already invested in some positions, but I'm going to sell these just for the sake of having more money to make new bets with, because I think right now is a really good time to make bets, and I'll explain to you a little bit why later in this video. And I just wanted to say that if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel, and please tell me in the comments whether you like this video or not, and explain to me why that might be. So I'm just going to sell all of the shares. So I have 29 shares right now. I'll kind of explain to you how this works right now. So I bought a lot of shares that Hillary Clinton was not going to be the nominee. And so I'm really not getting that much profit off of this. And then, so for my other ones, I'm going to keep my presidential winner one. I think, Hillary won in 2020. I still don't understand why they have 8 cents that she will. Typically how this, there's just no chance she's going to run for president. I mean, maybe Joe Biden picks her as her VP, then Joe Biden drops out or something, but I really don't think this is going to happen. So I'm only going to sell. How many shares do I have? So I have 65 shares. I'm going to sell all of them. And my profit, I've made $5.40. So yay me. And then, so for my last ones, I think I'm going to keep my position in this. The first bet I'm actually going to make, I'm going to double down on my bet that the Republicans are going to win in the state of North Carolina. So instead of buying the Republicans yes, because that is 43 cents, I'm going to buy that the Democrats. Oh, okay. So I actually have positions in both that the Democrats aren't going to win. So whichever one. So I'm going to buy more that they're not going to. The Democrats aren't going to win. And this isn't to say that I'm just this Republican hack job. I just think right now, the more I look at North Carolina, I do think that the governor, Roy Cooper, the Democrat governor, is going to win. But I think Donald Trump just holds an advantage in North Carolina. He's only been down 1 to 2 points in the polls. And Donald Trump has really dug a hole for himself right now. I expect Donald Trump to win this state. So I have $122 in cash. I'm going to buy 15 shares of this right now. Or I'll just buy 10 shares since I already have so much invested in this. I want to save some money for some other predictions. So let's just kind of go to the electoral map right now. So right now, since Donald Trump has kind of dug a hole for himself and I expect him to improve, I'm going to bet in states that I think Donald Trump is going to improve. And so for example, in Texas, there's been a lot of media hype that Texas could go to the Democrats. I really don't think this is possible. So I'm going to bet so 66 is the best offer, so 65 is a little cheaper. I'm going to buy that the Democrats are not going to win the seat. And I'm going to buy 15 shares of this because I do expect closer to Election Day that Donald Trump will kind of consolidate his polling lead. And I think that he will outperform the polls come Election Day. One state that I feel pretty confident about in Joe Biden's column is the state of Michigan. So just kind of play both sides. I do feel confident in Joe Biden's margin of victory here, or lead in the polls right now. So I'm going to buy 15 shares as well. And so that I bet that the Republicans aren't going to win it, which is the same as saying that the Democrats are going to win it. Lastly, in the state of Arizona, I don't necessarily think that Donald Trump is going to win it, but I think that we've seen his support with Latinos go up. And I mean, he won Arizona by 3 points in 2016. So I think that right now they're kind of overestimating the Democratic's chance of winning. So I definitely want to I'm going to vote on the Republican side. Now, I'm voting for Donald Trump. Even though it says Democratic and Republican, it's talking about the presidential election. And Donald Trump and Joe Biden have both locked in. their party's nomination. So I'm going to buy, since it's a little cheaper, I'm going to buy 25 shares of this. Submit. Kind of just one key thing in investing is that you should diversify. So that's what I'm trying to do overall. And I'm going to try to hedge a little bit. So let's go more into the other bets. So, okay, for the 2020 Democratic nominee, I feel fairly confident that it is either going to be Kamala Harris or Susan Rice. So combined, that would be like a 65-cent thing. It also could be Tammy Duckworth. So actually, I don't know what I want to do here. All right, I'm just gonna go for Kamala Harris. I know that some people have been doubting this recently, but I'm just going to kind of bet on the racehorse that's ahead. They say like the strongest racehorse. You can't really go wrong if you do that over and over again. I feel pretty confident about this, and it's only at 41 cents. So typically anything over like 70 cents, I don't think is worth betting on, except for that Michigan one, even because I think that's a pretty done deal. I'm going to buy 40 shares. Actually, I'm going to buy 50 shares of this, so that'll be about $20. All right, let's go to next up to the markets. Let's see what else I want to do. The ones that have dollar signs are the ones that I'm going to bet on. This is actually a pretty interesting one. I saw this earlier. So I was very surprised with this. So the biggest one that's bet on, or like the one that's most expensive to buy is Dems, plus 280. And I mean, that really surprises me. I mean, like that assumes that like Joe Biden would win states like Texas, Florida, Ohio, Iowa, North Carolina, Georgia. It's possible, but I don't think that's the most likely outcome. If I had to bet on this right now, I would spread mine out between Dems I would probably buy these two. I do think Joe Biden holds an advantage right now, and so I think this is going to start to shift more where these will become more expensive. So I'm not going to hold these come election day. How many shares should I buy? I'll buy, they're pretty cheap. I'll buy 40 here, and then 40 here. All right. I feel pretty good about that. I mean, if Donald Trump holds on to Texas, Ohio, Iowa, and at least in Georgia, then I think he'll be within these. All right, moving on. Maybe I should put a little bit more time into that one because I actually didn't kind of do the numbers right away. Who will control the Senate after 2020? That could be one I could bet on. I don't feel super confident on that right now. Which party won Alabama? If they have the Senate race, it's going to be Republican. It's going to be Tommy Tuberville. Oh, okay. This is what I saw earlier. This is a great transfer arbitrage. I mean, right now, I feel very, very confident about the Senate that the Republicans are going to get 49 to 51 seats, and that's the same for the Democrats. You could do that either way. The Democrats paid up 7+ seats. I mean, it's just. I mean, that is ridiculous. That is the most expensive one. I mean, I'm trying to think of what seats that could be. So they're definitely going to win Colorado, Arizona, probably Maine. So that's 3. But you have -1 in Alabama. So that's Dems +2. And then presumably they could win North Carolina. So that's +3. Montana +4. Georgia twice +6. And then Iowa, I guess. I mean, it's possible. I do not see it. So I'm going to bet on Democrats +2 through 4 because I feel pretty good on that. So Democrats +2. This assumes that the Republicans win in North Carolina and Alabama and like Montana and Iowa. So I'm gonna bet 50 shares on that right now. Then I'm just gonna do 50 shares for all this. So Democrats +4. Like I honestly don't think it's like super likely, but I do think it's gonna be within this range. So that's something that I'm gonna be looking at pretty closely. Popular vote margin of victory. See, this is another one. Joe Biden's not gonna win by 10.5% or more. I mean, the average of the polls don't even have that right now. I do definitely think that Joe Biden's going to win the popular vote. See, honestly, that's only 1.5% things. I might come back to this and do some more bets. I don't want this video to be going forever. Wait, that has just changed a lot. I thought it was like, I thought it was 62% earlier. Interesting. Senate race with the smallest margin of victory in 2020. So these are all pretty cheap. I think it's going to be either North Carolina or Montana. I actually feel pretty good about that. So I'm going to put more into North Carolina just because I'm just going to buy like I don't think there's a ton more I want to bet on. And then Montana, I'll do like 50 shares here. Wow. So I think like after I bought it, actually it goes up just because there's not a lot of volume. If y'all like kind of know how stocks work, that's pretty interesting. Okay. So I might just leave some cash if I just see a total thing, but there you have it. I'm actually gonna bet on the Democrats here. I think Joe Biden. Well, I don't know. Maybe I'll wait if it gets closer at all. Oh, come on. Okay, I'm very much betting on the Republicans here. I mean, if we look at the 90-day, yeah, exactly. That's what I predicted. I mean, I still think that at the end of the day, I might actually use up everything. So let's do 20 share, maybe like 19. I think I'll run out of cash. All right, so I used up all my cash. I have $151 in the market right now. I will keep you updated. I will do a video kind of showing how my bets are doing. And obviously, this isn't investment advice, but you can always feel free to copy my bets. And so subscribe here if you haven't. I've already made $100 off this. I don't know if I'll make that much more, but I feel pretty confident about my bets. And I'm not going to hold all of these till election day. I'm going to be kind of trading them pretty often as I see them go up and down. So thanks for watching and be on the lookout for a new video tomorrow.